Hello and welcome to Lantern Lane Stories. Tonight's story is The White Flamingo of Sewri Beach. In November, Mumbai wakes up before the sun does. The sky over Sewri Beach is still dark purple and gray. The water is silver and very flat. The city behind the shore is already rumbling. Trucks, trains, the warm smell of chai drifting from a street stall. A fisherman named Dilip pulls his net to the side of his boat. His grandson Rohan stands beside him, hugging his arms against the morning chill. "Watch," says Dilip quietly. Rohan watches. Far away over the water, something is happening. A long line of shapes appears in the sky. Then another line. Then 10 more. The shapes have wings. Long pink-tipped wings beating slowly and steadily. They have been flying all night from a great salt desert called the Rann of Kutch, hundreds of miles north in the state of Gujarat. "Flamingos," whispers Rohan. "Every November," says his grandfather. "Every year since before your grandmother was born. The flamingos descend 1 by 1, then 10 by 10, then 100 by 100. They fold their wings and drop into the shallow, muddy water of Sewri Beach. Splash, splish, the soft drumming of 100,000 birds landing. The whole shore turns pink in the early light. Pink reflections shiver across the surface of the water. Rohan begins to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are there, he asks. 100,000, says his grandfather. Sometimes 150,000. Rohan stops counting. That is too many to count. This is one of the greatest gatherings of flamingos in any city in the entire world. And Mumbai, with its towers of glass, its trains and temples and tiffin boxes, its 20 million people has made room for every single one of them. Among all those pink wings, there is one who is different. She is very small, barely up to her mother's knee. Her feathers are the color of fresh milk, soft, clean, and completely white. Her name is Pari. Her mother named her that. In Hindi, Pari means fairy. Pari wades carefully through the cool, shallow mud. It squishes between her toes. It smells like salt and something old and alive. She looks at her mother's wings, pink as a sunrise. She looks at the flamingo standing to her left, pink as a peony. She looks at herself. "White, Mama," she says. Her voice is small and slightly worried. "Am I sick?" Her mother turns her elegant curved neck. "No," she says. "You are a baby, but everyone else is pink. Everyone else has been eating for a long time." Pari frowns. She looks around at the flock. Hundreds of flamingos, all facing different directions, their necks curved like question marks. Some dip their beaks into the water, some stand still on one leg. Some preen their feathers with great dignity. None of them are white. A small crab skitters past Pari's foot. She yelps and jumps sideways. Several flamingos glance at her. She pretends she meant to do that. "When will I turn pink?" she asks. Her mother begins to walk slowly through the mud, searching the water with calm eyes. "Come," she says, "I will show you." The water at Sewri Beach smells like salt and something ancient, like the sea, but also like deep mud, like something tiny and very much alive. Pari followed her mother deeper into the shallows. A cargo ship moved slowly across the harbor in the distance. Its horn made a low, mournful sound. A crow perched on a concrete post and watched them with bright black eyes. In Mumbai, even the crows have seen everything. "Watch carefully," said her mother. She turned her beak upside down and dipped it into the water. Pari stared. A flamingo's beak is made for exactly this. It is curved just so. When the head tilts forward and down, the beak hangs upside down in the water. It is lined inside with tiny bristles, like a very fine comb. The beak sweeps left, then right, filtering out tiny shrimp and algae, letting the water drain away. After a moment, her mother lifted her head and swallowed. "Now you try," she said. Pari tilted her head. She lowered her beak into the cool water. It felt very strange. Upside down, underwater, sideways. She swept left. She swept right. Something tiny tickled the inside of her beak. She swallowed. Salty, faintly sweet, alive. "A shrimp," she said. "I ate a shrimp?" "Yes," said her mother. "But what does a shrimp have to do with being pink?" Pari demanded. Her mother settled her wings. "The shrimp eat tiny algae," she said. "The algae grows right here in this salty mud. Inside the algae and inside every shrimp that eats the algae, there is a special color, a red-orange pigment. And it comes out?" "It moves," said her mother. "Slowly into your feathers, into your legs, into the skin around your eyes, over many, many months." Pari looked at her white wing. "So I am white because I have not eaten enough yet." "Exactly." A wave of understanding moved through Pari. She looked out at the vast flock, bird after bird, standing in Mumbai's silver water. Every single one of them had eaten their color into themselves. She dipped her beak back into the water. She began to eat. The afternoon sun turned everything gold. Pari stood in the flock and looked at the city. Mumbai was enormous from here. High towers, a long bridge stretched over the water, chimneys rising in the haze, the faint sound of horns drifting across the harbor. 20 million people lived over there and the flamingos lived over here. Every November, every year, an old flamingo stood near Pari. He was very pink, his color deep and rich, almost red in the afternoon light. He stood on one leg with his eyes half closed. "Have you always come here?" Pari asked. He opened one eye. "I have come here for 30 years, he said. His voice was slow and kind. "Was it always like this?" "Not exactly." He lowered his other leg and looked out toward the far edge of the shore. "Once, there were factories along this water. The water was dirtier. There was less room for us." Pari looked at the wide, flat stretch of mud to their left. What happened? The people of Mumbai made a decision. In 2019, they began removing some of the buildings that were blocking our feeding ground. He said it simply, without surprise. They wanted to protect this place for us. Pari was quiet for a moment. 20 million people. And some of them had looked at this shore and decided, the flamingos need this water more than the buildings do? Why would they do that? She asked. The old flamingo ruffled his feathers gently. Some humans, he said, understand that a city with birds in it is richer than a city without. A plane banked over the harbor, catching the afternoon light on its wings. Below the plane, apartments, roads, markets, noise. Below Pari's feet, cool mud, algae, shrimp, and 150,000 quiet birds. The same city, two different worlds, sharing the same silver shore. She dipped her beak back into the water. She had a great deal of eating to do before May. The sun sank behind the towers. Mumbai lit up slowly, building by building, orange streetlights, yellow windows, green traffic signals blinking far away. All of it reflected in the dark water below, trembling with the small waves of 150,000 birds settling in for the night. Splish! Splash! The sound of wings folding. In an apartment building overlooking the harbor, a girl named Priya pressed her nose against the window glass. The sky was dark purple now, but the water along the shore still glowed with a faint, soft pink. "Mama," said Priya, "what is that on the water?" Her mother came to look. She was quiet for a moment. "Flamingos," she said at last. 150,000 of them. So many? They come every year from November to May. They fly here from a great salt desert far away in Gujarat. They eat tiny shrimp in the mud at Sewri Beach. The shrimp make them pink. Priya pressed her face closer to the glass. "Can we go see them?" "Yes, we can go to Sewri and stand on the shore. You can watch them feed. Can I count them?" Her mother smiled. No, she said. There are too many to count. Priya liked that answer. She liked thinking about something too big to count. Okay, she said, and let her mother tuck her in. The room went dark. But through the window, that faint pink glow still shimmered on the water far below. 150,000 birds asleep in her city. Out on Sewri Beach, Pari stood on one leg in the dark. Her eyes were closed. Her white feathers glowed silver in the city's reflected light. Inside her, somewhere in the feathers, she hadn't grown yet. A color was beginning its slow journey. Up from the shrimp, through her body, toward her wings. It would take months. It would take many shrimp. But by May, when the heat built and it was time to fly back to the Rann of Kutch, Pari would not be white anymore. She would be pink. Not all at once, slowly, quietly, one small meal at a time. And so Mumbai also slowly fell asleep. Good night.